Good morning, team. I think I'm here slightly early. Okay, so I'll do the introduction and as well wait for everyone to jump on. Still got about 3 minutes or so before I start today's talk. So yeah, let me calm down my nerves and hopefully calm down your nerves too, and get ready into a sharing and loving mode. My name is Yun Wang, and I'm a personal trainer. I have been working in health and fitness for the last 3.5 years almost. Before that, I was a engineer. Okay, so doing engineering in mining related fields. So yeah, hang on, I dropped my camera. Yeah, so just before I jumped on yesterday, and Andy sent me an email. Thanks very much, Andy, for having me on the set. So it's a really good opportunity for me, and yeah, it's very much appreciated. Yeah, before I jumped on, Andy sent me a message, say, hey, what's your title? I said, oh, my title is a personal trainer. He said, oh, a health coach, personalized health coach. I said, yes, I'm also a personalized health coach, but I'm a personal trainer for first and foremost as well. Thanks very much. I can't see who is jumping on, but if you jumped on, please give me a thumbs up so I know that you are watching and we can interact as well. So we've still got 2 minutes. Yeah, so the reason I became a personal trainer, just because I kind of had enough with engineering and feel like I haven't found my purpose. It was really good where the company I worked, but the amount of work there was dropping. So I had a redundancy made to me. So it was just before Easter that year, and our boss just came in one day and said, hey, we've got no projects coming in and we have to lay you off. I was like, okay, pack up my things and get ready. So I went home and decided, oh, what can I do with my life? While trying to apply for other jobs, I can't just sit around and waiting for the opportunity to pop up. So I better go and make myself useful and keep myself busy. So I had a look around and decided to take up a personal training certification 4. So, and one thing led to the other. After I graduate, then yeah, started working in health and fitness. Just thought I'd try it out. By then, I was weighing about 100 kilos. And after about a day or after about a week, 2 years, 1.5 years, I managed to drop myself down into about 82, 83. I'm still about there now. I'm very, very happy holding where I am. Yeah, bit backstory about me. But today is not about me. No, not so much about me. It's about you. Good morning, Robin. How are you? Today is about you and our famous couple, Alice and David. All right. I hope by bringing to you their story, you can see how we should personalize our health and personalize our fitness too. So there are a couple of things that Alice and David has struggled to go through. So they exercise differently. Okay, hit or no hit. Okay, there's a big question there. And they eat differently too. Okay, so they have 5 meals a day. Alice has 5 meals a day. Okay, David normally only eats 2. And then we have their personalized, their lifestyle is very different as well. As Alice, she sleeps very early, wake up very early, pretty much an early bird. And David, on the other hand, and he's pretty much a night owl. Okay, so they have had a lot of issue ongoing between them how to live a healthy life, because each of them think their way is the dominant way, is the right way, it's the endorsed way by the fitness industry or the mainstream media. But we'll go into it and then you can tell me who is better or which way is better, okay, at the end of today's presentation. Okay, good morning, Brendan. Thanks very much for jumping on set, brother. Okay, so let's have a look at fitness up and foremost, because I think lots of you guys here are into fitness. Okay, myself too. All right, so let's have a look on the background story. Fitness. Alice, okay, she loves CrossFit. She loves core training and loves about HIIT as well. So like she's really a what we call normally you see in the gym a fitness fanatic almost. And she got really toned abs, and she hate long, boring cardio, but she can smash the weights out and doing sets and doing those challenging core and balancing exercises on the Fitball and that. And she loves to be challenged in her workout and feel excited about every day going into the gym. But it just gets a little bit niggle on the body because she overuses her body, okay, especially her shoulders. She uses it quite a lot as her do a lot of work physically at home, at work, and also at the gym. Okay, let's look at Dave on the other side. Okay, so trying to picture if you have a friend that you can relate this to, okay, so whether you can see, okay, are they about that or are they somewhere different to what I mentioned? Okay, so David, he loves long bike rides, okay, so trail runs, trail hiking is his go-to for the weekend activity. Okay, loves beach walks and relatively heavy weights in the gym, but he doesn't go to gym very often. Maybe about 1 to 2 times a week. He finds motivation is a big issue. So, however, due to a long life of sitting down, and he has developed some of the back pain. Okay, so he's not feeling very well in his back. I'm trying to scroll and see whether if I can find some more information on that. I think I might lost a slide. So some background story for the couple, okay, in case I missed it. Yeah, there's one slide, just one missing, I guess. All right, no worries, we'll continue. Yeah, some background story before we get any further. Okay, Alice, she is aged at about 28, 29. Okay, David, 35. Okay, age gap, this couple, but not too bad. Okay, Alice, she's about 165 centimeters tall, about 57 kilos, quite strong, sturdily built. And on the other hand, David, and he's about 182, tall bloke, but also quite heavy, 102 kilos. Alice works in an admin job, but quite physical. Okay, she needs to be active on her feet all the time and running to and from offices, delivery informations and collecting documents and that. And David, on the other hand, he works as an engineer, so like myself. Okay, he gets to sit down quite a lot, but a very steady job, pretty much on his bum all day, like 8 o'clock to about 5 o'clock every single day. Always a bit lunch break in the middle. So here you go. That's the background story for them too. And then we're looking at, okay, now the difference between Alice and David is truly, it's like one really loves that high intensity interval style of training. The other one don't quite, okay? You can see how they're different in the sense. So Alice, she works out about 6 times a week, okay? Like she loves her 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Pretty much you can relate to someone in the gym in your friend group maybe, okay? And but David just loves long cardio, where he said Alice is not so much into that. So David loves like go out for a bike ride, hour, 2 hours, easy. Catch up with a mate for coffee somewhere in between as well, and he does that 2 to 3 times a week. Pretty sturdy as well. Okay, what about strength training? Okay, so Alice, she loves strength training, but in a way, she doesn't love a lot of strength, a lot of heavy weights. She'd rather do fast reps and strong reps, but not so much weight. Like a barbell back squat, super heavy, is not her thing. Okay, on the other hand, when David gets to the gym, that's all what David does. Like he gets down to the bench press and loaded bar, 80 kilos, 100 kilos, and he gets down to the squat, even though his knee has a bit issue, but he still manages to squat quite heavy and deadlift quite heavy too. Just do a couple of reps, yeah, 2-3 sets, nothing too significant, not even really breaking so much of a sweat. Okay, but we can see how that's different. and then they both think their way is the right way, okay? And then what happens to bring a partner with, okay? Alice was trying to bring David into the gym where she works out and say, come on, and we got to do a hit session. And David would be saying like, oh, not again. Okay, last time when I did it, I didn't really enjoy it, but I don't know how to break it to Alice. Okay. And then same thing. Okay, what happens when David trying to bring Alice out for a long bike ride? So, oh, Sunday is really lovely. Okay, so the weather's nice. Like we should dust our bikes and then we should go out for a ride. And Alice is like, oh my God, this is killing me. It's super slow and super long as well. I got so much to do. I don't really want to go. So you can decide, okay, which way that you like, okay, or which way is right in your mind. So that's after we're talking about fitness, we're going to talk about foods. Okay, the way their lives slightly different, even though they're living together, that has implications and how they eat. Okay. Alice, because how her job is very much physical and she wakes up fairly early in the morning, and also she likes that high intensity style of exercise, then Alice eats fairly regularly throughout the week, throughout the day as well as throughout the week. So yeah, and her unstill nature means that she can't really sit very much still and finish a large meal. So she might have about 5 meals a day: our breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner. Okay, sometimes if she feels peckish, she will have a little bit, like after dinner, she might have another snack. Depends when she goes to bed. And then she's like, because she's always on the move and energetic, all these like intake of foods and keeps her light as well as energetic, and also not too drained in a sense. When she feels like she only can eat about 2 to 3 meals, like normally what people do, and she finds she easily gets lethargic towards the afternoon. So if she missed her morning tea or she missed afternoon tea. So could this be you? I reckon. Okay, David's on the other hand, sedentary job, doing his engineering thing and sitting down as soon as he gets to work and barely gets up moving. So like and that's fairly inactive. And in David's case, and he only needs to go about like having 2 solid meals. It's often skips breakfast really, but yeah, he still doesn't really feel hungry. The only thing with his eating is he has always have a large dinner. Like a smallish lunch, depends, okay, but most likely if he eats on his job at his desk, he'll eat like a slightly smaller lunch, but when he gets home, he feels hungry, he'll have a large bite towards the end. So yeah, okay, there you go. You look at the foods on difference, okay, 5 meals a day, is that right? Okay, what about 2 meals a day? Okay, maybe that's the way it should be. But, okay, what about the meal sizing and the timing as well, all right? Could you switch them around? Maybe having Alice have 2 meals, okay, on 2 large meals on a singular day, and let David have 5 smaller meals very regularly. Okay, so they might not really correlate very well as their lifestyle's a bit different. Okay, and even they're living in the same household, but everything else, their work and how they approach their fitness, how they approach other activities in life might be strongly different. Okay, so create that difference in need of nutrition. So I reckon if we get Alice eating 2 meals, large meals too, and she will feel pretty lethargic right after, because she's like normally not used to eating a lot of food, and that will weigh her down. And so especially after large meal and then trying to go to the gym, she will feel a little bit bloated, a little bit weighted down. Her normal high intensity training would not be as efficient, and she won't really enjoy that. And the next time she'll think, okay, last time I had large meal and then trying to do the workout up like about hour, 2 hour after that, it didn't quite work out. So I should better eat less, eat smaller. And David, on the other hand, he's at his work, okay, and he's like chipping away and having a snack at morning tea. Then he doesn't feel really hungry at lunchtime. It's like, okay. And normally I don't need to eat because I haven't really be like active. I haven't got up a lot, so I haven't spent a lot of energy. So by the lunchtime, because he had morning tea, he's like, okay, I might not be that hungry. So it's like, cool, all right, I'm not going to eat lunch then. So towards the afternoon, he started to feel a little bit peckish, and there are packets of chips and things there on his table. It's like, cool, all right, I'll just snack on that until the work finishes. Then I can go home for dinner. Then what he finds is after he snacked on that, on the way home, he felt really, really hungry because he used to have like a decent sized lunch. And by the time he gets on the road traveling public transport, yeah, poor David can't avoid public transport even though the virus is here, hypothetically. Yeah, so he finds there's a fast food shop, like a grab a pie or grab a pizza, let's say, on the way. Then he finds himself eating extra, like at home. When he get home, still eat a very large meal for dinner because that's his regular. So you can see how quickly that can be for him to stack on weight, and if he's eating more frequently as well. Then we're looking at the lifestyle side of things. So we talked about fitness, how Alice loves HIIT training, and David loves long bike rides and things like that. I'm like, Dave, yeah, we all like a little bit of each. And then we also talked about the nutrition side of things, how Alice likes to eat smaller portions but more often, and David loves to eat large portions but very less often in a sense. Let's look at other aspects of life. So sleep, okay, that's the one I picked. We could pick lots of things, relationship, environment, how they do their job. Let's pick sleep because I think it's a very interesting topic and has been talked a lot by healthness gurus. So Alice, she's pretty much an early bird. That means she goes to bed fairly early, okay, like normally about 9:30 she goes to bed, but she always wakes up early, like 24/7. Oh, sorry, 365 days. Okay, she wakes up about 5 o'clock, weather dependent, 5:30 around there. And she loves to exercise early in the morning too. Like the first thing when she woke up, she have a little bit to eat, not too much, and head to the gym straight away. Do the morning classes, okay, or go there and do her own exercise. She never miss her training day. So if she decides to go for 4 days, she have that set stone and never miss it. Okay, David, on the other hand, he's pretty much a night owl, really on the opposite. He rarely sleep before 11 p.m. So it's like always on bed 11:30 there, sometimes 12, okay, depending on his night, what he feels like up to. And there's no way, like literally, there's no way we're waking him up like before 8 o'clock. Truly, like even if he has work, he normally wakes up about 8 or 8:30 and then get out from the house. You know, I would do like a 20 minutes from the bed to do a dash, and he loves that. And he only exercise on the after work. So once he get back to home, he might go out, jump on the bike for a ride, or rarely he goes to the gym and then do about 1 or 2 workouts a week. Okay, but often, very much often, he misses his workouts. Let's get home after a long day, feel really tired, so let's give it a miss. I'll be better tomorrow. So he's jumping in tomorrow. And yeah, so you can see how that's also different in the sense. Who you say is right, whether exercise early in the morning or exercise late in the afternoon, okay, or even lunchtime, I suppose, night owl or early bird. It's really no way to say it. Okay, it's their life. Okay, they are the governing bodies for their own life. Okay, both routines are pretty solid actually. Okay, except Dave that missing that component. His trouble might be somewhere else, not so much allocating time, but maybe on the accountability side probably. So and how that having different and time schedule or the circadian rhythm, one goes to sleep early, one goes to sleep late, could lead to their productivity level or work efficiency in those sense. So it could be Okay, Alice is really productive towards early in the day, okay, because she works out morning and she's fully energetic in the morning. But towards later in the afternoon, she might start to feel a little bit tired because her energy, bulk of her energy, has already been spent. Okay, especially if she's not having a lunch nap, most of us aren't, and then we can see the energy level and the mental focus and start to drop towards later afternoon. However, Dave, on the other hand, have a very slowly incline of waking up. So from the moment he wakes, it just slowly drag him out, even though he from bed to door in 20 minutes, and that doesn't mean he's fully awake. He's like still on the bus in the zombie sort of mode. And after that, he'll finally finds out if he spend the time in the morning nice and steady, okay, not feeling too rushed, then start in the afternoon. After about 2-3 o'clock, he start to feel energetic and start to feel productive and also fully inspired. Then his energy lasts all the way towards like afternoon or late night. We're talking about 7 to 8 p.m. And by the 8-9 p.m., he's starting to feel I need to unwind, but he still needs a little bit more of sort of slowly for the energy to dissipate and for the focus to drop so he can get into a natural sleeping state or sleepy state in a sense. But what happens if we change their place? Okay, we get Alice to sleep 11 p.m. but still waking up 5 a.m. to go to the workout, okay, to go to the gym, have her early workout. Only after about 5 to 6 hours of sleep, not even really good ones, if she tossed and turns, then her workout could be heavily impacted, okay, so negatively. What happens to Dave if he oversleeps? Is this go to bed at 9 o'clock and still wake up about 8 o'clock? You have extra long sleep, almost 11 hours. Then he feel like he can't really wake up. He's in that deep state for too long, and he's always like trying to wake up. He might rely on other substance or coffee, strong tea, or other stimulants to actually wake him up. So, and if he's relying on that day over day, then we can see there is might be substance abuse in there, even coffee, unfortunately. So yeah, and so switching places, and then we can really see how their life could be different in a sense, even though they're living under the same roof. They've been living together for about 3 years now. They've been married for 2, and they're really good together, really loving couple. But it's only when they try to force each other into their own routine. Okay, so imagine if Alice dragged David out, okay, for 6 o'clock, go for a morning jog, go for a quick jog, or go for a quick workout, on the bring your partner awake. Okay, Dave would hate that. It's like, I only went to bed about 11 o'clock, and now you want me to wake up at 6? Really? Okay, and the other way around still also works too. And when Alice wants to go to bed early and want to have an early night, okay, Dave is wanting to keep her up and trying to share and trying to do some stuff together, like maybe family planning, or maybe it's other aspects that they schedule for a holiday, for example. And Alice would be just like zombieing away and says like, I'm really not switched on at this moment because I'm really about to switch off. So you can see how that difference plays out in every life. And this is a case that put together based on a couple of life scenarios in my life. I can find some versions in there for me and some versions from my clients as well. So are they true? Alice and David are hypothetical characters. Okay, I made them up, okay, just to be on the safe side to protect privacy and all that. But it does take realistic aspects from many of the clients and also from my friends. We can see from this almost extreme example how personalized health could really impact our lives, I would say. Especially, they both need to understand each other. They need to first understand themselves. So with happiness, personalized happiness, yeah, there you go, and personalized health, we need to understand ourselves to start. It's like why we do the things we do and why we love the things with the way we do things like that. Okay, and if we're really in tune with our body and really in tune with our lifestyle, then we can find ways to optimize that. So, and then we'll be authentic to ourselves. Then on the other hand, after we understand ourselves, that's not enough. That's only one part of the question. Then is we need to understand others. These others could be your work colleague, could be your partner, could be your parents or kids, and could be your siblings. Okay, so it could really be anyone. So trying to spend time to connect with them and ask them questions and truly figure out. Okay, so it's like, really, what do you like? So, and then how is that different to what you like and how you are? And we're different beings, no matter how same that we are looking like from the outside. And deep down, we are still having a set of beliefs and a set of routines that we stick to, and not many others share aspects of the same. Brendan. Awesome, Brenton. Yeah. So Alice all the way. Yeah. So, and by having that awareness of others and awareness of self, we respect ourselves as well as we're respecting others and respecting the difference in between the two. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning, Cindy. And then the relationship will get better. Okay, it's not only loving relationship, work relationship, and friendship as well. Okay, so that's the first step of understanding. Get onto a neutral ground. Okay, and for Alice and David, they might need to just to understand they are different people and still be happy with that and understand. Dave, try not to drag Alice out for a long back ride when Alice hates long steady state cardio. And Alice, on the other hand, don't really eat in front of Dave four times a day, especially during the weekend when they are both at home. Okay, she can snack, but snack silently or quietly or away from Dave, just so that doesn't trigger for Dave to eat unnecessarily. And yeah, and they're always finding time for this couple to compromise for each other. Okay, so even though like Alice doesn't really like bike rides, she still make compromises. Say, hey, I really would love to join you for a bike ride. Okay, I don't mind if it's long, but you have to do it in the morning. So, because that's the only time if I can tolerate, I'll do it in the morning with you, and you have to promise that I would take regular breaks in between, because I just want to break it up and enjoy a bit of scenery, just to change up the scenes and then go again. And Dave said, no worries, cool, I can go to bed a little bit early and trying to go back to, trying to have a lunch nap maybe during the day. And on the other way, and Dave also gave compromises to Alice. It's like, all right, okay, what I need to do for you is I'll be super quiet after you go to bed. I'll try not to watch Netflix and turn it on really loud. I'll go grab a pair of headphones and do my things, and while you're already in bed. Okay, so maybe in a different room even. So you can see how by having different lifestyles and having different personalization to not only their health but to their life, it's impacted the way, but it's also not going to tear everything apart. Okay, having the difference and respecting the difference and willing to make compromises here and there is going to be able to bring happiness to them to both. So they're not going to, because part of happiness for Dave and Alice in this case is they're always trying to persuade each other and say their way is the right way. Okay, so come on, and you have to do things this way, but hang on a minute. Okay, you don't have to. Okay, there is a way if you love it and if you really can stick to it and make most of it in the situation. Okay, and that probably be the best way, the best approach that you should be adopting. Okay, so no one really says early morning is definitely better than night owl. Okay, it just depends on how you are brought up and how you feel most productive and best use your time. 5 meals versus 2 meals? Who knows? Okay, maybe your body is designed to have 5 meals like Alice. Or maybe you just can't tolerate that much frequency of food, okay, especially if you're tall bloke and eat a lot in one go and trying to cram that 5 times a day, that's going to end up pretty bad. Okay, and also come to exercise. Each one exercise differently. Don't because just your best friend, or maybe Alice's best friend, is doing a long run and she just jump in for the long run. Stick to, spend time to test it out and like do a self-research project in your life and find out what's the most enjoyable way for you at that period of your life, and then trying to stick to what you enjoy. I always say this with my clients, okay, do what you like and do it often. And that's the way in fitness, in health, and then that could create a long-lasting result. All right, I think that's my 30 minutes up. We've still got about 2 minutes for you to ask questions and 2-3 minutes to ask questions, and I'm happy to answer any. Okay, let's see. Or if you can just comment, say, I'm so much like David, I'm so much like Alice, I'll be very happy to see that interaction there too. Okay, just go ahead. Morning, morning, Robin. Morning, Brandon. Okay, morning, Angela. Good morning. Okay, Katrina. Good morning. I'm like David. Cindy, Brandon. Okay, Shannon. Cool. I'll go back and watch the beginning. Yeah, so at the beginning we set up the scenes and there was a little bit introduction of myself too. And yeah, it's going to be a good watch. A personalized health approach has been somehow in many aspects has been overlooked, especially in the gym and in the nutrition world. We often stick to one set of principles. Many coaches do the same. Early in my career, I used to do the same. Like I think, okay, strength workout, HIIT workout is the best. And then it's science proven and everyone has to jump on that in order to get results. But I have seen some people like unresponsive result-wise to HIIT training. So I give them HIIT training just like all the other clients, but they are not getting the same results. And I was like, why? I asked them and they said, I don't really enjoy that HIIT workout as much. I'd rather you program me to do heavy lifting. And I have a runner and she just loves the long steady state runs, and that's what she do. And she runs about 8K every morning for about 4 to 5 times consistently, okay, and per week. So, well, okay, if you loved running that much, we should keep you doing that. And so we can't really I shouldn't really instill my belief, and even though it's science-based, into everyone, because I need to respect the basis of everyone's different, and they have a right to be different, and they have the right to enjoy different lifestyles and different aspects of their lifestyle how they play out. So Robin, I think I'm a mixture of both. Yes, I'm a mixture of both too. Okay, and these are extreme cases. I blend. You'll find you not sitting exactly in the middle, but more so on the sliding scale, on the continuum. Okay, Katrina, I'm like David, trying to be Alice low. Okay, I think this is where the fitness industry, have its downfall. Okay, we're trying to push in the fitness industry and the health industry. We're trying to encourage more like Alice. Okay, everyone. Okay, so go have a morning workout and have a HIIT workout, and then do your weights, do your core exercises, eat clean, eat regularly rather than eat a lot. And so Dave on the other side, he often can get a bad rep. Like, I don't want to be Dave. Like, I don't want to be sedentary. But we have to understand, and that's his job. He's managing the best way he could. Okay, he's eating 2 meals instead of 3 when he's not needed to. He's very mindful of that, and he's playing out his day according his productivity level rise and fall, how his hormonal level rise and fall as well, in a natural way. He's avoiding stimulus in the morning to bring up to a high spike, so he could meet at the same performance level as Alice in about that 9 to 10 o'clock. Well, 9 and 10 o'clock for Alice, who wakes up early. That's already 4 hours up, and then she's already fully energetic and fully ready to go. But for Dave, that's only about an hour plus just woken up, so he still needs a little bit more time. So, cool guys. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. I would love to interact with you and share more info. I'm trying to deliver this information using this case study, hopefully to bring a little bit more vividness into the into this example here. Okay, Sharon, one last comment. I agree, individual is good. I struggle to make the first step, but I'm okay. When I get into a routine, well, I lose the routine, and it takes me a long time to encourage myself to back into it. Yeah, that's often the case. I would say to that, Sharon, that happens to everyone. Motivation and comes after action. That's a huge point, as recently learnt. So if you feel like you can't encourage yourself back into a routine, trying to do a 5 minutes daily routine on that specific routine that you're going to build up or going to rebuild. 5 minutes is enough, and from frequently doing it and endorsing and self-endorsing and self-investing into that routine through 5 minutes action, it could actually help you to get on track and start going to build momentum from there. Yeah, and you will see yourself a lot happier in that sense. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, team. Thanks very much for jumping in this morning. It has been a huge pleasure to share that info, and yeah, looking forward to catch up with you either in person or virtually. Keep interacting with you in this group. Okay, thanks again. Have a great weekend.